This is Jamie Boyum in front of a tank car. And actually, this tank car behind me here was really involved in a derailment. Of course, there's no danger right now because I'm out here at the Longview Fire Department training field. This is their new training field. They're getting it set up out here, and they're having training. And Chief Parker joins me now from the Longview Fire Department. You got guys out here that are from all over the country, from what I understand, right?
Yeah, correct. I believe there's 5 states represented this year in tank car schools, so it's been good. We've been doing this since '98 and represented, I think, Chief Stillman and I did the numbers a while back, 28 states total through the 20-plus years we've been doing the school.
Wow. And these guys, they are experienced, I guess, most of them.
Yeah, they have, there's different levels of experience here, from guys that's been in the service for 30 years to guys that's been in the service for just a couple of years.
Okay, all right.
So, these guys are trained to the minimum standards to work in the industry, at least. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the guys that's been here for 30 years have been doing it for a long, long time. Those are the guys here doing the teaching for us.
Yeah.
And, there's other guys come in and get training and get refreshers, and that way they can go out in the world and handle this in real life.
Yeah, this, in fact, you were telling me that there's a chance some of these guys may get interrupted here because of a real derailment somewhere.
Correct. So we've actually had 2 guys already that was here helping instruct that have left to go take care of derailments in their response areas. So it happens. We have those contingencies in place to know that these guys can be called at any moment, and we make it work. And like I said, it's a fluid class, so we'll adapt when it comes, and then hopefully they'll be back by the time the class ends. And if not, we hope they're safe and wish them well.
All right. And you were telling me that you got a couple of guys here from Minnesota that were actually working at derailment right before.
Correct. Yeah. So they were in Minnesota. They actually thought they were not going to be able to make it to class, but was able to get off of that derailment in Minnesota and make it to class. So,
mm-hmm.
Yep.
So what kind of things do you guys learn out here?
So these guys learn. This class is designed to learn about tank cars on the rail. So these guys learn from day one how a tank car is built, where we hope it's going to react in a derailment. So we go to, like I said, what makes us good here, or unique, this Trinity Rail is here. So we're able to go and visit their plants here in Longview to see a flat piece of metal turn into a tank car at the end of the assembly line. So these guys get to see it from the ground up on how these tank cars are built.
Well, that's got to give them a much better understanding of exactly what maybe could happen.
Yeah, and I believe it does, because Trinity does a great job with their tours and explaining how the procedures work, how these welds are supposed to hold and all of that. So it does show these guys, and then when they get out here and see like the beautiful Accolade car that's down there, it shows them with the stuff that we talk about with our rail burns and our wheel burns, of how that affects the weld, how it can go across a weld. And they see that firsthand, how that can affect when it goes in. And they see that, how the car's built at Trinity, and then out here they see the derailed cars that we've got out here to see the damage and how it's going to hopefully react, and how they can do that damage assessment, which in turns, a good damage assessment is what we talk about, makes the whole scene safer. Now we know how we can handle the product that's in there, with a good damage assessment. Can we move the car, get it back on the rail to offload it somewhere else, or do we need to offload it and fix it right there?
I see. And of course, this tank car that we're on right now actually came from Trinity, right?
Correct. Trinity donated this car to the school many years ago, and it's a great asset to the school. Like I said, we got a good working platform up here for these guys to work from. Multiple props up here on top of this car for them to be able to get good hands-on training with the exact stuff they're going to see in the field.
Yeah, I guess these guys over here are doing a little work on valves, and
Correct.
You've even got this thing rigged so it'll hiss.
Yeah, so this car actually leaks water and air, and so both our protective housings up here will do that to simulate leaks. So this first group here, they're talking about it right now, but this is a valve, just how to easily stop a leak. Right? Sometimes the valve just vibrates open down the road, so you go in there and turn the valve off, tighten up the plug nut, and it stops the leak. So it's those easy fixes that we don't have to get technical about. The protective housing on the other side is a chlorine housing. they're putting on what's called a C kit, which would be the last resort in a leak for that. So
I guess
they've
that
done
kind of puts a clamp on
it. Does. It puts a cap or what we call a hood on the valve, which and it seals it that way. So then we are able to kill the leak that way. Because the valve, we can't shut the valve off. It's leaking from something's wrong with the valve. It's broke, and the car's under pressure. So we can't. So we put the lid on it to get it going, or the hood to get it to be able where we can offload it, stop a leak, and then we go.
Well, these, this is very informative stuff that you guys are doing here, and there's not many places across the country that have this, right?
Correct. So I think there's 5 different classes in the country now. We started, like I said, in '98. We were one of 2 in the country then. Us in Pueblo, Colorado, were able to do it, and then now they've added, I think 5 or 6 more for these classes around the country.
Well, I'm sure it's not the easiest thing in the world to get a used tank car.
It's not. So
you don't see them on eBay,
No, you can't go on Facebook Marketplace and find one.
Not so much.
So,
but
but it's good to have your partners in the industry with us, with UP, BNSF, and then Trinity being here. So it helps us out to be able to get these training aids to provide great training for these guys and real life training. Like you said, the tank car to our left here wasn't a derailment in Longview. So it was that's a true live training aid to see good damage assessment and to see how it leaked and how we did. So it's good for us. And then this training aid is able to give us a stable platform to work on from the top of the tank. And as we start building our tank car field back up from our old school, we'll do some, probably if we can find more through derailments that we don't want to happen, but if they inevitably do sometimes, hopefully get some tank cars out of them to bring out here and add more training aids to the field and be able to do better and in-depth training with those as well.
Yeah, because I know tracks go right through Longview,
Correct.
so a lot of you guys may have to deal with something like this.
Yes.
Right across from the flood.
All right across from Station 1. That's right. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you get back to it because I know you're helping to train these guys.
Yes,
so
sir.
Thanks a lot, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Thank
you, man.
Good to see you.
You too. We'll have more later on KLTV7 News and KLTV.com.